Tips or advice for women, daughters and mums who are busy and want to become great scholars. Wallahi, for me personally, I really do advise people that if you want to know the road to becoming a great person of knowledge, I honestly believe that you really should deeply study and reflect upon the book 𝐰𝐨𝐦𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐦 by 𝐻𝐿𝐵 𝐻𝐿 Hafidhahullah Ta'ala. And we've taught this book as part of the AMAU Academy, and there might be some summarized teaching of it on our YouTube channel as well. I think that this book is very important because it tells you in summary, in a very summarized form, in a highly summarized form, it tells you why people get knowledge and why people don't. And I think that it would answer a lot of your questions about how that knowledge should be sought and what are some of the things that get in the way. Now, with regard to time, one of the things that you'll read if you go into studying 𝐰𝐴𝐨𝐬𝐿 is that you're going to read that you have to gather all and concentrate your efforts and your motivation upon seeking knowledge. And people often ask about how to do that. It's very difficult to do. And we have commitments and we have things going on in our lives. We can't just give up all of those things. So we say, first of all, that the whole concept of the book is the concept that the more you do these things, the more knowledge you will get. And the less you do these things, the less knowledge you will get, until you might not get any at all. So that still holds true. The more a person is free and dedicated and motivated to seeking knowledge, and it is their only priority, then the more knowledge they will get for sure. And if you have other priorities, even if they are good priorities, like family and work and whatever, they're good priorities. They're not bad. And they're praiseworthy. But they are going to reduce the amount of knowledge you're going to get. That's the reality of it. However, I remember speaking to Ustad Abdul Rahman about this, and I remember saying to him, how do we advise people? How do we advise people who say, I just don't have a lot of time? And I think the answer to this is, and the answer that he gave, and I think it's a very good answer, and it's the answer that I feel most confident to give to you, is that the most important thing is actually all about you using all of the free time that you have. It's not about using all of the time, full stop. It's not about using every minute of your day, full stop. That is part of what gives you more knowledge, no doubt. But if you really want to fulfill what knowledge deserves, it's about using all of the time that you have. So for example, someone's busy working 9 to 5 and they've got also, let's say, a family, but there's going to be time, an hour before bed, or a weekend, or a Saturday afternoon. There's going to be something that you have. And that something that you have is where, if you're giving that, all of it, to knowledge, then that's where you can say that you're fulfilling the right of that knowledge. You can't switch off your work for the time being. You can make dua for Allah to make it easy for you in the future. But right now you can't just switch it off. You can look for ways. You see, the person who knowledge is their greatest motivator, or the thing that they are most motivated for. If knowledge is the thing that they're most motivated for, then they will even try and find ways inside of that working time to maximize their knowledge. So for example, you'll see people driving to work and listening to a lecture. You'll see people in the break, they get an hour lunch break and they've got a book open and they're going through it. I know a student of the Quran And the brothers told me about this brother, Allah bless him. They said, we only see him with the mushaf open. They say school time, break time, lunch time, we just see him with the mushaf open. He still has to go to school. He still has to take lessons like everybody else. He still has to do his homework, and whenever he has free time, we see him with the mushaf. And that's a person who will achieve something, bi'iznillahi ta'ala, in the field that they're studying. A person would say, you know what it is, I think I can cut down my hours at work because I just really want knowledge. That's what I want. So I'm willing to maybe go to a 4-day week. My employer, speak to them, ask them, will you let me go for a 4-day week? And then I go for a 4-day week and I get 1 day off, and that 1 day I spend it on knowledge. So it's about dedication. I believe it comes back to the statement that if you're true to Allah, Allah will be true to you. If you're true to Allah, Allah 𝐻𝐶𝐽 will be true to you. إن تَصْدُقِ اللَّهَ يَصْدُقَكَ. And what I mean by that is that if you really, really want it, and you really are looking to use everything you have, and you're trying to find every possible way to do it, Allah 𝐻𝐶𝐽 will give it to you. But if it's kind of a false claim, it's like, I really want it, but I've got work, but in reality, your phone testifies against you that 2 hours a day you're flicking through YouTube videos or articles or whatever, then it's not really true, is it? It's not really true that you really want it. It's just that the work is an excuse for the lack of motivation, and Allah 𝐻𝐶𝐽 knows best.